Can everyone hear me now? Hello? Can hear me? Yay! There we go. Just had to do a little bit of fiddling around with my mixer. But I'm on. Amazing. How nice to see everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Great. Wow. Columbus, Ohio. That's absolutely amazing. Wow. I'm just getting used to the chat. This is Ben is so smooth at this. It's absolutely amazing. I'm just getting there. Um, Very nice to see you all, and thank you so much for joining us for this Foray Requiem. I think it's going to be fantastic. It's a great piece. Actually, the first of all the requiems that I sung, I think I tell you in some of the videos. I first sung it at the age of 8. I sung the Pie Jesu as a small boy. I'm sure it wasn't very good, but it was a very sweet experience for me. Oh, you like the backdrop? Thank you very much. It's a little tapestry. I can't remember where I got it from, but it's really nice, isn't it? It's a mountain. You've got little birds. It's like a mountain valley. I think it's really nice. Hi, Dave from Warrington. Nice to see you too. Wow, this is amazing how they're from Spain as well. Gosh, amazing. Ben never makes mistakes. Ben never makes mistakes. I actually believe that. I think he's absolutely foolproof when it comes to the technology, unlike me. Wow. Yeah, it's going to be fantastic, everyone. And thank you so much for your warm welcome. It's really nice to be joining this community. So nice. Oh, and I assume Mark is writing his requiems at home. Brilliant. So I guess something for me to ask is who has already sung the Foray Requiem? Is this a piece you've sung before? Are you learning it for the first time? Just let me know. um, I've just got a couple of things. I'm now looking in the chat. People are joining us slowly. Hey. Nice to meet you, Barbara. Ben enjoying some time away from the camera. I think you deserve it, Ben. Wow, I can't believe. Oh, people in the Lake District. The Lake District. Oh, that would be lovely. What's the weather like in the Lake District? Um, are you being rained upon at the top of the mountains? There's always new stuff to learn. You're absolutely right. It is a glorious piece. It's a really lovely piece to sing. Um, oh, that's a good question. Ben, what part are you going to sing? Soprano, I assume, as you can do everything. Great. Well, for those of you that have sung it lots of times before, well, I hope this will bring possibly something different to another time that you've performed it. Um, who knows? I can't back myself. I hope I find something interesting for you. Plus, it's just a glorious piece to sing anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Leave the soprano line to me. Many thanks, Ben. um, Great stuff. Wow. You forgot how little the altos get to sing. Yeah, Jane, you're absolutely right. I'm sorry. It's the Sanctus where the altos get a really hard time, isn't it? They have nothing to do until the very last note, and then they have two glorious notes, it must be said, on the word Sanctus. So don't you worry about that. From Ayrshire. Lovely. Yeah, it's one of my favourites as well, Ruth. It's a really lovely piece. I'm just checking my OBS. This is, like I said, it's a very bizarre experience, but it's really nice to meet you all. How many times have I sung it? Oh, that's an interesting one. It's probably up there in probably the 30s, I imagine. I think so. I think I've sung it about 30 times, probably. Trying to think, and I've conducted a couple of times as well, actually. Once on tour, I was once very fortunate enough to. I conducted a movement or two of it in the Royal Chapel at Versailles as part of a competition that I did, and they sung in Gallican Latin. So the Latin had like a French pronunciation to it. So the word sanctus became sanctus. It was lovely. Yes, I think that's the amount of times I've performed it. I hope so. One time at the proms, actually, that was fantastic. We performed it with the I think it was the Orchestra of the Age of Enlightenment, and that was back in 2016, I believe. 2016 proms. I think there's a YouTube video of it somewhere. Sanctus, indeed. In Versailles, absolutely. The chapel there is stunning. Which voice do I like the best? That's tricky. I have to say that for this piece, I have to stay home and I have to say the tenors. And that's just because I think they get some of the nicest lines. The Agnus Dei is my favourite movement, as you'll find out. And I think the tenor line in the Agnus Dei is absolutely beautiful. So it's probably the tenors. Yeah, Ben agrees with me. Tenors have the best line. Good to have some support there. Yeah, I think it's the tenors. But you know there are lovely lines for every part. It's worth saying. You will not be shortchanged with the Fauré Requiem. But I think probably the tenors. Oh, thank you very much. Welcome to the family. Oh, that's very, very kind. It does. It absolutely feels like a family. It's amazing. I've not been able to see your faces, but I already feel like I'm getting a big, warm, self-isolation choir hug. So thank you very much. And I think we need our virtual hugs at this time. Bury St Edmunds, Lewes in East Sussex, amazing. In Germany, wow. From Maine, gosh. We will all have to be focused like a tenor. Absolutely, I think you're right. Focusing like tenors, though, as a previously very badly behaved tenor in rehearsals, maybe you'd need to focus better than me. Oh wow, virtual hug. Yes, Ben suggested a 3-2-1 virtual hug, which I will lead. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Virtual hug. Virtual hug. There you go. Oh, we got the word hug on the chat. I love that. Oh, how sweet. Good. From Madrid. Amazing. And we've got some Leicester as well. Hello, everyone. So nice to meet you all. I mean, the main purpose of me being here is, of course, to announce the beginning of the course. Yeah, I think the videos come the end of this will actually be live for you to go and look at. And you'll be pleased to see that the background is existent in all of them. Okay, we always keep the background up. The virtual hug. Hugs all round. Great news. Ah, Canada as well. Wow. Fantastic. Do any of you have any questions for me about the piece or the way that it's going to be taught? Any of that? Well, we've just got people coming in from Marlborough, from Nailsea Corral. Nice to meet you all. Oh, we've got a lovely weather for it as well, it sounds like. The self-isolation choir has lots of 10 altos. Our 10 altos, is that our low contraltos who can also give the tenors a run for their money? I love that. A lot of my choirs have got 10 altos, as you say. Tenor altos, they're the best. Thank you very much. Greetings from Coventry, very nice to see you. Would you give us a little bit of history? I can give you a little bit of it. I guess the only thing, it was written towards the end of the 19th century, so in the 1880s. And Fauré chose in this piece, we're not entirely sure whether he wanted this piece as a dedication for something, particularly the death of his parents. We think it was just sort of a religious outpouring from him. The most important thing is that the Dies Irae sequence that you would expect in the Requiem Mass, he actually removes for this setting. So instead it's replaced with the Pie Jesu, which is a much gentler approach as opposed to some of the other Requiems we're doing, where the Dies Irae is sort of the fire and brimstone approach, as we would expect in possibly Verdi or Mozart. Fauré actually decides to leave that out and go for the PAAs or a much gentler setting. And the other thing is the In Paradisum, that famous In Paradisum that we finished the piece with. That's actually not necessarily from the Mass for the Dead. It's actually for the burial at the end. So he gets so he takes this beautiful text in at the final hurrah in the Requiem to sort of send the dead off to heaven. It's absolutely glorious. And I have a really nice quote actually that I wrote down earlier from Fauré himself, which says that the piece is dominated from beginning to end by a very human feeling of faith in eternal rest. And I think you get that sense all the way through the piece. It's a very optimistic setting, I think, which is really lovely. We've got more people coming in. To switch between voice parts? I'm not sure about it. It's a 10 alto. I think that's one for Mark, I think. Hello from London. Basil the Sheep and I are ready for the next project. We are both SOP 10 altos. Oh my gosh, wow. I'm learning a lot. I'd really like to know what Basil the Sheep. I think I might have been followed on Twitter by Basil the Sheep recently. I must check it out. Great. Hello from Warrington. Hello from Folkestone and Poole as well, and Oldham. That's very, very close to where my auntie lives, in Oldham. Hope things are okay there. From New York, from the USA, fantastic. Wow, this really is far-reaching. Very nice to see you all. Good afternoon. I hope the weather's as nice as it is here. I think I might be out for a little walk later around the park. That's lovely. You are being followed on Twitter by Basil the Sheep. Well, I will check out Basil the Sheep. I'm sure he has a lot of interesting things to say. Hello from London. You did a Fauré come and sing. Where am I based? I'm in London. I'm in southwest London. Streaming from a very, very small flat. Trying not to annoy my neighbours. Hello from Maidenhead. Oh. It's just... I think I'm still live. My internet had a moment. Great. Sang we were 19. Now 72. Fantastic. Well, I hope this is a real opportunity for people to come and sing a piece that maybe they sung ages ago and getting to revisit it. I guess that's been a nice thing about these projects is, rediscovering a love for choral singing, rediscovering pieces. Really, really nice. Hi from Horsham, very nice to see you. From Chicago, very nice to see you all. Hello, hello. Your home near Kingston, very nice Kingston. One of my choirs performs very regularly in the All Saints Church in Kingston. It's really lovely, particularly at Christmas because it's got the Christmas markets going on. It's got a little ice rink just outside the church. It's really lovely. Wow, welcome. Thank you very much, Anne. Thank you very much, Rosin. Very nice to meet you all. Hello. Wow. 1971. Gosh. The Fauréans. I like that, Ross. Hello, Fauréans. That's what I might say at the beginning of our broadcast is hello, Fauréans. Very nice to see you all. And it's worth saying with our live stream, we're happy to announce that the first concert where we'll sing through the work in its entirety is on the 19th of September, on Saturday the 19th at 7 p.m. UK time. Okay, so I hope to see a lot of you there once you've had a chance to watch through the videos. Then the rise of the Fauréans will be on Saturday the 19th. From Glorians to... Excellent work, Elizabeth. You're so right. 50 years ago. Wow. It's amazing how a piece like this doesn't lose its popularity. We know it must be good in that sense. If you're still wanting to sing it after 50 years, then Fauré must have done something right. Oh, hello Sue and Julie from TPC. Hello. That's one of my choirs in Southwest London, Thames Philharmonic. Absolutely lovely. Very nice to see you. Tell us about myself. Of course, Mark, I'll give you a go. I'm now a conductor and tenor based in London. I recently graduated from the Royal Academy of Music on their choral conducting course, which I was on for 2 years. which I had a fab time on, doing my masters there. And before that, I was a choral scholar in the choir of King's College, Cambridge, and I read for a music degree as an undergrad there. And then before that, I was at school in London, and I was a chorister at the Chapel Royal in St James's Palace, which was a really amazing experience there. I got to wear a mini Beefeater costume, which was absolutely lovely, and the singing there was fantastic. And I sometimes deputise there as a member of the back row of the choir, singing tenor now, which is very sweet to go back to my old haunts. And before that, I was a member of a local youth choir in Enfield, where I grew up. Yeah, so I'm a tenor. As you can probably tell, because I supported the tenors when I said that it was the best part to sing in the Fauré Requiem. I'm a tenor, a tenorian Forian today. That's what I am. Yeah, so that's a little bit about my background, and now, actually, there's a really funny joke when someone says, tell us about your background." And normally, what I do is I turn around and say, "Well, today we've got a mountain with some little birds." That's a classic joke. But now I've told it, I can't use it again. I'm sorry. But yes, other than that, I'm now conducting some wonderful choral societies in Hitchin, the North Herts Guild of Singers, and in South West London, the Thames Philharmonic Choir, and Stanmore Choral Society. And yes, I was a mini Beefeater, Janet. You're absolutely right. And yes, and I'm also conducting Recordare, the young chamber choir of Genesis 16 alumni who are helping out with this project as well. I've done an absolutely sterling job recording that alongside James Orford on the organ. Really so helpful to have these excellent learning resources, I think. So I hope you enjoy listening to those. Mark's just asked, how did I meet Lawrence Cummings? I'm sure Lawrence Cummings won't remember how I met him, but back at the age of 13, I think, 14, I was fortunate enough to sing a part in The Messiah at ENO. I was roped in to sing a little recit, and suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly hosts praising God and saying, "Glory to God," and I was a part of a little nativity scene, and I sung that, and Lawrence Cummings was the conductor, and actually he signed my copy of Messiah, and it's still there. I've still got it. Like I said, I'm sure he has no idea who I am, but I still remember him. I remember it was a really amazing experience. Lots of people saying from Alberta, Canada, hello. Hello, welcome from Florida. Very nice to see you. Very nice to see you. I'm sure he does, but we'll have to find out. I'm not sure how memorable my top A was at the end of that, but it certainly was an amazing experience. I had a lovely time, and performing on the ENO stage was something I'll never forget. Absolutely amazing. So yeah, that was how we first met. We can sing. You sing whatever you like. You're absolutely right. When you're at home and you're in the comfort of your own four walls, you can sing whatever you want. Someone said, "Can the actors join in with the soprano good bits?" Absolutely. You can absolutely do that. Hi, Mark. Very nice to see you. How is the course going to work? So what we've done is I have recorded some pre-recorded rehearsal videos. There's 2 for each voice part, and you can play them at any point, and it should just methodically work through each movement, and then there'll be a little sing through at the end where I will play the learning track just with your voice part and the organ, and I'll conduct along. And sometimes, if you're lucky, I'll even pop the other parts in as well. So you'll have me singing along with some of the other parts, and then a member of Recordare and James Orford along in your ears, and you can listen along, and I'll be conducting as well. Alongside that, we've got a load of other resources, as I think is very common with other self-isolation choir projects. We've got every part on its own with the organ. We've also got recordings without your part in. So if you're an alto, you'll have the soprano, tenor, and bass parts in, and you can sing along. Oh, someone's exposing me here. Chorister of the Year in 2000. I was indeed Chorister of the Year BBC Chorister of the Year back in 2008, which was a really fun experience, and I got to perform on Songs of Praise, and I think it was Songs of Praise from Windsor Chapel, and I did a couple of a couple of radio broadcasts as well. Got to meet some amazing people, including Anton Dubek off Strictly Come Dancing. So if any of you... What did I sing Chorus of the Year? I sang an aria from Judas Maccabeus called So Shall the Lute and Harp Awake, and I sung a hymn, Holy, 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 Lord God Almighty, which was lovely. And I got to sing in St Paul's Cathedral under the dome. And it's worth saying that basically anyone could have been singing and it would have sounded lovely under the dome of St Paul's Cathedral, because everything sounds amazing there. Yeah, a big shout out to Mark for putting all the Requiem videos together. Ben England loves Anton. Yeah, great. My mum insists that I watched Strictly Come Dancing growing up, so yeah, I know all the dances. First sung the Ferrari Requiem at Glasgow 45 years ago. Wow. Yeah, it was quite an experience. Thank you. Andrew Card, I believe, was on the judging panel that day. Actually, again, he probably has no idea who I am, but yes, that was he was on the judging panel that day, a long time ago. And I remember having to do a radio interview. I'm an Arsenal fan, and I think I spent most of my time talking about Arsenal on the on the radio. Self-isolation choir dancing lessons, not from me. I'm afraid I'm one of the world's worst dancers. I feel like Ben's got some moves on him though. I'm sure that he'd be able to give you some dancing lessons. Certainly not going to come from me. Famously have no rhythm. That's what they say about conductors and drummers. They've got no rhythm. Hello. Wow. The battery in Pisa. Everything sounds good there in too. Yeah, I'm sure. It's one of those things that the better the acoustic, I'm sure everyone sounds really lovely. Gosh, it's so nice of you all to come out and say hello to me. I'm so impressed. Don's out of here, an Arsenal fan. I'm sorry. Dad dance moves and Arsenal fans. I'm sure that's what mine are probably like as well. I'm not a dad yet, but I feel like I've got that gene in me for dancing. Yeah, very nice chap, isn't he? Yeah, so yeah, Yeovil Town, Mark. Really? Wow. Gosh, how are they doing? Are they still in the Football League? Who knows? I'm also a big cricket fan, so I've been following the England-Pakistan series with great interest. I'm sure for many of the people in America and Canada may well not know much about cricket, but it's a great sport. Would recommend it. Would it be possible to sing Fauré's Requiem out of isolation? Well, that is a question, isn't it? Wasn't Alan Jones on the first series restricted? Quite possibly. You were at school with Arsene Wenger. Amazing. What was he like? He was the Arsenal manager as long as I was alive. I think he started in 1996. Come on, you Spurs. Sorry for making this. I'm so looking forward to this piece. Thank you so much. I was talking about the way the course works. I'm sorry I've been derailed by the chat. But yes, I've got the recorded videos which you can start at any time. You can pause them, listen to it as many times as you like. Yes, and then we've got the resources as well to be able to sing through, practice your part. Sometimes we've just got the organ only, with basically any selection of parts that you want. And then the idea is that we will hold live concerts where we'll sing through the piece and feel like we've had a sense of arrival at the end of the course. Get to sing through the lovely work. The first one, I think I've said it earlier, but I'll say it again. Saturday, September the 19th at 7 p.m. UK time will be the first time that we sing through this glorious work. And I'm very looking forward to, seeing you all on chat again, and also just experiencing this wonderful piece with you, because it is fantastic. Could we sing a bit today? I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to possibly set up a little better to allow us to sing a little bit more. And also, I don't want to spoil it before the concert. You might just have to wait until the 19th. That will also give you a bit of time to practice. So you'll have everything ready. You'll be what were we saying? Fauréans. You'll be efficient Fauréans by that point. You'll know the piece inside out. So when you come to sing it, you'll think, I know this piece very, very well. Will we use our own backing tracks for the concert? We will indeed. So we'll be singing along with the recordings made by Recordare in isolation with James Orford on the organ, which will be fantastic. And it's worth saying on the subject of recording that I believe Mark will be in touch about the prospect of recording a couple of movements of this piece. I think probably the Agnus Dei and the Libera Me would be my suggestion, as they've got lots for everyone to do. So hopefully Mark will be in touch about that at some point, about creating our own recordings, which I will then at some point play during one of our concerts. So we've got that to look forward to as well. Yes, there will be a number of concerts, so if you missed this one out, don't worry, there'll be other opportunities. Someone said remember to press the like button. Don't worry, if you would like to, only if you fancy. But yes, the Agnus Dei and the Libera Me, mainly because the Agnus Dei is my favourite movement, so I had to suggest that one. I mean, which movement would you have recorded if you had a choice? That's something I'd like to ask you. Someone's asked, is it hard to learn? I don't think so, actually, Deirdre. I don't think it's hard to learn. I think that Forry is a very natural writer for the voice, and that is really, really helpful. So he's, a lot of his lines are very singery. They're very nice to sing. And that's one of the things that's great about the piece. I also think that he gives it to us in little chunks a lot of the time, so we can focus quite intently on a little section and then move on to something else. So I think you'll be fine, I hope. And of course, if you do struggle, you know who to blame. It's this person right here, not the composer, I promise. Hello from Truro. Oh, hello to James Orford. I will send him your best. I'm sure he'll be very pleased to hear from you, Suzanne. Yes, I know. Do you know what, Christine? The Sanctus is a lovely movement, and I did think about it, but I felt for the poor old altos, who, as I've mentioned already, only have 2 notes to sing in the entire Sanctus, and I felt I didn't want to shortchange them. Susanna said, as an alto, I would love to record the offertorium. I understand that, actually, Susanna. I think the offertorium is a lovely movement, and it's very varied as well. I think it's quite a tricky one to sing. I think it's the trickiest one, actually, because the alto and tenor at the beginning are so exposed. It's very, very quiet, and it's the phrases are very long, it's a tricky one. I think it's probably me speaking as a tenor. I think I'm always a little bit nervous about that movement myself. Yes, and anyone who wants to sing along with the tenors, of course, is more than welcome. Very nice to see you all. You're right, Christine. Altos do only get 1 note sometimes, and that is, one of the parts of the job, I'm afraid, as an alto. There's a lot of jokes made about alto hymn lines or alto psalm chant lines, which often are are very, very boring. They stay on about 1 note the entire time. But I promise, altos, you have more than 1 note to sing in this piece. You've got some great melodies as well. It is a piece to be an alto in. Like someone mentioned, the beginning of the offertorium is a good alto moment. In Paradisum, yep, In Paradisum, absolutely glorious. Often makes me cry, that one. Really gorgeous. You really get this soaring feeling all the way through. It's absolutely lovely. Very nice to see you all. Wow, someone says it. Favourite ever moment of music, it would be Forry's Agnus Dei. Do you know what? That's not a bad shout. I can get you there. Mark says, yes, I will be singing the tenor solo in the Bleak Midwinter for your carol service, which will be fun. It's a solo I did in my final year as a choral scholar, so it's one I know very, very well. Hopefully I'll be much less nervous when I'm doing it this time. That's the hope. Someone's going to join the altos. Good. You're unable to do your singing. Someone said I'm going to sing alto, and someone said welcome to the dark side. Amazing. I'd never thought about a Star Wars reference with going with the altos being the dark side. Altos Lament. I'll definitely check that out. Oh, there's a lot of back and forth between sopranos and altos here. Someone says, did you speak about the rehearsal schedule yet? Rosalind, I will just recap that for anyone who's just joining us as well. We are the rehearsals are going to be pre-recorded videos, which I believe are going live at the end of this stream, so you'll be able to check in with them. They're pre-recorded, so you can watch them as many times as you want. You can stop them whenever you fancy. You can take a break, come back to them. You know, the schedule is up to you. And there are 2 rehearsals. One for I think the first 3 movements, and then the second for the last 3 movements 5, 6, 7, because 4 is the Pieyezu. And it's worth saying with any of the solo movements, we've got the learning resources recorded for us by My Singers with Recordare and James Orford on the organ, and you're more than welcome to listen to those and practice along as many times as you'd like. So the schedule is absolutely on your schedule. Listen to them, watch them whenever you fancy, and then on September the 19th, Saturday, September the 19th at 7 p.m. UK time, we are now going to have a live stream concert, and that's the plan. And Mark has just said that the course is now live with the playlists that he's emailed earlier. Fantastic. Oh, the backdrop's getting more attention. I'm really happy because I quite like the backdrop as well. Thank you very much. The videos are available. Way! So you could start it right away if you fancy. You could, you could come off this live stream and you could already be singing the Fauré Requiem if that's what you fancy. You'll be more than welcome. So nice to see you all. Best performance you've ever seen was a student choir. Wow. Well, that's the thing. I mean, it's one of those pieces that you never know where the best performance is going to come from. Yeah, it's a very, very moving piece as well. I think someone's been mentioning. You know, it's often we hear it at funerals and whatnot, and it's really, really beautiful and very, very moving. So, you know, at a time like this, I think you can't help but be moved by some of the music. Mark is here for everyone. And anyone just joining us, it's worth saying that Ben is here as well, and he's on the other side of the camera this time. So do say hello to him. Very nice to see you all, and I really hope that you enjoy the course. It's a very strange thing doing a pre-recorded rehearsal, because even this is amazing feeling that you are in the room with me, but the pre-recorded rehearsal, of course, it's just me in my front room with my computer. So I do hope you enjoy it, and I hope it makes sense, because I really enjoyed going through the piece, imagining that you were all there. Someone's saying, Ben, not on camera. When does that not happen? Yeah. Is Ben singing with the altos? We had this question. I think Ben's going to sing bass, but of course, as we know, Ben could sing anything. Sitting at the back of the class, being the naughty schoolboy. Absolutely. But yes, if anyone's got any more questions that they'd like to ask me, you'd be more than welcome. I think, Judy, Mark will send through the videos to you on email. So do just check those out, and they should all be ready. Someone said they love the Liber Arme. Yeah, great movement. Really good fun. We always sing together. Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, of course. The time difference must be very strange. It's amazing that we've got people from the other side of the world. I'm still kind of getting over that. There's people saying hello from America and Canada. Unbelievable. Yeah, fantastic. But yeah, this is, like I said, this is your time, Faurians, as we're calling you now, Faurians. So if there's anything that you'd like to ask me, you'd be more than welcome. I will wait for any questions from you. The course is now live. Way! Exciting. Greetings from Melbourne, Australia. Hello. Nice to meet you. I've always wanted to go to Australia. Never been. Great. Yeah, Australia, America. I've so many places that I'd love to go and visit. Tell us a little bit about Recordare. Of course. Well, there's a brilliant scheme run in the UK by the wonderful, world-famous chamber choir, the 16, and they are supported by a fabulous foundation, the Genesis Foundation, and they run a young artist training program called the Genesis 16 scheme, and the members of the choir were all ex-participants of that scheme. So we were a certain year together, and actually we've got singers from a couple of years back, so about 3 years of singers, and we enjoyed singing together so much that we decided that we would carry on and keep making music together, and that's lovely. So yeah, we've been singing together for just coming up to 2 years now as well, having left the scheme. So yeah, we're very much indebted to that scheme, and yeah, we just love performing together, and we still perform very regularly. Well, until lockdown, of course. So we did our final concert before lockdown in January, where we sung some Polyphony and the wonderful Martin Mass for double choir, which is a great piece and worth checking out. So yeah, you'll be in good hands. I vouch for the singers absolutely entirely. They're great singers and great people. So yeah, you'll be in good hands. Yeah, 16 are a fantastic choir. Yeah, they're great, and the people that run it as well, they're the best. Great people, fantastic musicians, and just lovely people. How many are the choir? There is well, it's a flexible group, so it goes between dependent on the project, because sometimes we do projects for a small ensemble of maybe 8 people, but we can go up to as much as 20. So we're a chamber choir group, 20 people, and normally there's normally we'll have maybe 5, maybe 6, 5 to 6 on each part, or even 4 to 6, something like that. The Agnus Dei is unbelievable, Ben. You're absolutely right. And there is, I believe, a recording of the Sanctus from the Martin Mass from our concert and on YouTube, so you can go and check that out if you fancy. But yes, so it's roughly, I'd say on average we're about 18 people when we do a full chamber choir performance, but we also do small consort groups. But of course in this recording in isolation, it's just the quartet singing the entire piece, which is no mean feat to have a quartet singing the Fauré Requiem. So they've done a really, really good job. And I'm sure they will be along on concert day to say hello as well. Someone asks how many will be with the Verdi Requiem. It will be 4 people singing the Verdi Requiem, which was unbelievable. Quite an undertaking, but yes. What will be the deadline for sending in recordings? I'm afraid, Julia, I'm not sure about that. So you might have to ask. Mark. I'm sure Mark's got all the information on recordings. Can you give us the names of the soloists? Yes, I can. We've got soprano Danny O'Neill, on alto Sarah Ann Champion, tenor Oscar Golden Lee, and bass John Lee. And then of course James Wolford on the organ. But like I said, they will be around to say hello when the time comes. The concert day, which I should remind you again, is the 19th of September at 7 p.m. Good. Yes, 4 people. I know. It's crazy, but it seems to work. We hope it works anyway. Lovely to see you all too. Hello. You've all got the store. Yeah, Julie. Like I said, I hope we will be able to meet the quartet. I'm going to send them the link for our live stream on the 19th, and hopefully they'll be able to come and say hello. They're all desperate to say hello. Yes, you are right. In the Sanctus of the Verdi, we have duplicates of the same person singing both parts. Well observed. But yes, so that's the plan. Like I said, if there are any more questions anyone has, please do just fire them my way. Wow, hello from Finland. Wow, it really is far-reaching, this project. Unbelievable. Any extra things? I think I've covered most of it. I mean, if there's like I said, if there's anything else people would like to know, please just pop it in the chat, and I'll do my best to answer it. And if not, then I may well close up shop soon. But it's been lovely seeing you all and hearing from you and hearing where you're all from. Absolutely amazing. And listening to all of your various experiences of the Requiem. It's wonderful. Hello from Finland. Very nice to see you. Hi. Someone's asked, I'll tell you one more time. Someone's just asked about warm-ups. It's worth saying that every pre-recorded video comes with a warm-up. So, and my warm-ups are very, very silly. So I hope you enjoy them. One more time about how the course will work. I will let you know. They will be in pre-recorded rehearsal videos. So I have already recorded 2 rehearsals each for each voice part, and you can start them at whatever time you fancy. You can stop them, you can head away, I don't mind what you do. You could come back in a month's time and watch them if you fancy, but they'll be there for you to enjoy, and then they'll be supported by learning tracks recorded by my choir Recordare in isolation with James Orford on the organ, and you can listen to your own part or listen to parts which don't have your part in. So if you're an alto, soprano, tenor, bass are in. So like I said, you can listen to those. And then on Saturday, September the 19th at 7 p.m, I always have to remember to say that in the right order, we will be having our first concert stream. Okay? And the course is now open, so you could start now if you fancy. Okay? Silly warm-ups are the best kind. Good, well, you're going to have a great time. I get you making some very strange sounds. And the links have been sent by email to the courses, so it should now be live. Okay? I wishing you all the best of luck in this, and thank you so much to both Marks for all their help as always in getting this off the ground. I think it's going to be really, really fun. Really hope that you have a great time with this music, because it's some of the best music. Questions about interpretation. If you have any particular questions, maybe just pop them to Mark, and I'll respond via email. Probably the best idea. Good. Yes. Thank you, everyone. So 7 p.m. Saturday, the 19th of September, will be our first concert, and I'll make sure I'm nice and dressed up in concert gear. Okay. Lovely to meet you all. I'm going to sign off very in a brief moment, but I just wanted to say thank you so much for being so welcoming, for welcoming me into your community. I really, really hope you enjoy the course, and hopefully at some point in the future I will get to say hello to you all and meet you all in person. That would be lovely. Okay, so I'm signing off now. Thank you for joining me in my first ever live stream. It's been a wonderful yet slightly bizarre experience, and I look forward to seeing you all on Saturday, September the 19th at 7 p.m. Okay, lovely to meet you all, and I'll see you very soon. Enjoy it. Bye now.